Hi guys, welcome back. I am super excited for today's video. I'm going to try on the new Chantecaille products that I ordered. These products are not new to the brand, but they certainly are new to me. So I'm going to try on each one of these products individually, kind of give you my thoughts as I go through, and then at the very end, we'll sort of recap everything here. What I think I'll have to do is give you guys an update in a separate video of how all these products feel throughout the day as I wear them. But I really love the look that I have now. It just looks so natural and luminous. I feel like it's still my own skin. The products have complemented it and taken the best part of it to show, and I think that's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's definitely a different experience. Without further ado, let's head on to the demo. So I have brows and eye primer on. We're gonna go ahead with our first Chantecaille item. This is their sunscreen primer, ultra sun protection sunscreen, broad spectrum, SPF 45. I've actually don't recall ever using a primer with SPF in recent years, or if ever. No. I've used a Laura Mercier one that I think had SPF, but not in recent years. So this is what the product looks like. It's very emollient, and the texture is a little bit, just a little bit tacky. Nothing like what I'm used to with lotions or creams with SPF in it. So really actually not very tacky in comparison. And my face does feel smoother. It feels like now we're ready to put some makeup on. So we're gonna go ahead and add all the face products first, and then I'll go back and do eyeshadows. Because I don't have any eyeshadows from Chantecaille, I'm not going to include those steps into this video. I just want to focus on Chantecaille in this video. But the eyeshadow look we're going to feature that in a separate video, just to focus on that palette, since I haven't used that palette before. So if it looks like I have skipped a step here, that's the reason why. Brighten up the look. This is not Chantecaille. The concealer is actually Pat McGrath. And we're going to add some contour. This is NARS, the multiple, and it's in the shade Altai, which they've discontinued, sadly. For foundation, we're going to use Chantecaille's Future Skin Gel Foundation. This is in the shade Alabaster. It is too light for me during the summer, but for the purpose of this video, we're going to try to use as many Chantecaille products as I have. So we're going to go with this foundation today. And so as you open it up, you do need some kind of little spatula or spoon to scoop the product out. And I did just that. Just gonna place it onto my brush, and off we go. I love this foundation. It's really good coverage. I do like medium to full coverage foundations. There are some exceptions to that, like cushion foundations during the summer are a little bit lighter, and I enjoy those as well. But I just love that you get good coverage. And if you enjoy lighter foundations, you don't need to put a very thick layer. You can just do a very light application or a single application, and it would give you a very smooth, even look. But if you wanted a little bit more, you can go in, and it wouldn't make your skin look cakey, which is always good. And the effect of this foundation is just very, very skin-like. It's amazing how skin-like it looks even after a second application of the product. And I just want to come in a little bit closer so you guys can have a better look of the finish. It's a matte finish foundation. but it's very soft and again, very skin-like. And this is probably medium to full coverage on what I have on. I did apply it pretty generously, but I actually didn't go in for a second application. So I think everything looks pretty smooth. Next, using Chantecaille's Talc Free Loose Powder, we're gonna set the makeup. And what I normally do is, it's overflowing right now, I'll like tap some into this, the top part of the container, and then I'll swirl my brush in it. And that way I won't get too much powder onto the brush and then end up adding too much of it onto my face. Although this powder, you can get away with a lot. Even if you put on too much of it and you're like, oh no, it's gonna look so cakey now, or it's gonna dry my skin, that doesn't really happen. It might be a little bit drying if you add too much, but for the most part, it's very forgiving. You don't have to think too much about it, too hard about it, just swirl it on until you feel like you've set your makeup. Next, we're gonna use the Perfect Blur Finishing Powder. I've actually never used a loose powder and then a matte finish powder. I've definitely used Hourglass's ambient powders as finishing powders to give that extra smoothness and light onto the face, but I've never used like a matte product. So we'll see what that's like. Like I applied the loose powder, I'm just going to buff it onto my face. I wonder if you guys can tell the difference on camera like this. What's interesting is that the finishing powder didn't really mattify anything, not that I expected to. You can still see some kind of natural lumosity come through in these areas, which is beautiful. When I look to my vanity mirror, just the side here, it does look like my skin is smoother and a little bit more perfected, but the effects aren't totally obvious right away. Like when I'm looking at it like this, I'm like, I'm not sure I see a very obvious difference. Well, we'll put on the other products and then we'll take a closer look towards the end. Then we're going to use the Radiance Chic Blush and Highlighter. This is in Rose. There is another shade available that has a coral blush and I think a deeper highlighter. The blush is so pretty. Just like a soft application of the color. Then we're gonna go in with a highlighter. That is so beautiful. I played around with the highlighter in my Chantecaille unboxing video, just really quick as a demo, and I already knew then that this is a beautiful highlight, but it's so even and soft. Just like you have lights following you around and it just spotlights the right part of your face with the right amount of intensity. That's what it feels like. That's what it looks like to me. You know, I've used other highlighters where it wears really beautifully for a couple of hours and that's just fine. But at the end of the night when I take it off, one thing I notice is how spread out the product is. I don't know if that has to do with just product moving naturally, or it's because you yourself produce oil and along with that, it just doesn't stay in place anymore. The highlighter just doesn't stay in place anymore. And so at the end of the night, with the areas that I have highlighted from earlier, it begins to just spread over time. And now it's not just the high points of the cheek or the forehead, and here it's just like a bigger area. And with the oil you naturally produce, it just looks like you're really glowing, but to the point where it's like kind of greasy. It's not a good look. It's at the end of the night anyway, so I'm about to remove my makeup, but I just noticed this is not the case with Chantecaille's highlighter. I think it's really beautiful, and what you see here right now is just about how it would look at the end of the day. I actually ordered another blush from them, Cheek shade Emotion with the Bee Overspray. It's so cute and beautiful. We're gonna save this blush for a different video, probably a try on new makeup video where if I couldn't fit a product into a dedicated video, I'm gonna save all of it into another video so we can still spend some time on these products and see what they're like applied rather than just mentioning it and never using it. And then another face product that I do have here is the Real Bronze in Sirena. That's the shade name. And we're gonna apply Sirena as a powdered bronzer contour onto places I wanna contour. So we're just gonna apply some of that onto the hollows of the cheek. I think it's really beautiful and it's subtle, but it's still giving me that color that I need to slim down the face right here. And I'll swatch it on my finger real quick. It's a really beautiful shade. Nice and subtle. And the last product we're gonna try from Chantecaille today is the Lip Chic, and this is in Lupine. Lip Chics have a glossy finish. I did try this the other day and it is beautiful. So let's see here. Very easy to apply, very moisturizing, and it has the scent of like cake batter or vanilla sugar scrub. That's what it reminds me of. And if you were to go in for a second application and get a bit more color. And I just love that look. So it's a lipstick, but it's hydrating like a balm and like a gloss. It gives you that kind of high gloss finish. It's kind of like a 3-in-1 lip product, I feel like. So I'm gonna go and finish the eye makeup portion, and then I'll come back to recap all the products that I used and then give you my thoughts of what I think on this look. See you guys in a bit. This is the finished look with the eyeshadow completed. For the recap, I think what I'll do is go over each of the items in the order that I use them and give you my final thoughts. I really am liking this Ultra Sunscreen Protection Primer. I feel like, first of all, it's not tacky after you put it on, and it does work really well in making your skin feel smooth, look smooth, and just prime it for makeup. So I think very shortly here, I would probably get a full size of this, even to use it as everyday sunscreen. So 45 SPF is pretty good. So broad spectrum, yeah, that's all pretty good. The scent of the product, a light floral scent that pretty much disappears after you apply it. Like I can't smell it at all right now. And then the Future Skin Foundation, those of you who have been following this channel know how much I love Future Skin Foundation. It's an incredible finish, the skin-like finish. That just means without the dewiness and any of that, you can go ham on your highlighter if you wanted to, or you can go with a subtle highlight and know that as time goes by, your natural oils will come through the foundation and it's gonna look even a little bit more skin-like, a little bit more natural in the lumosity. So if you like that natural look, this is a great foundation. You guys also know how much I love the talc-free loose setting powder. It's just not something you have to think really hard about when you put it on. It doesn't leave a white cast. You could put too much on and maybe dry out your skin a little bit, but you really have to go in and apply a couple of layers in order for that to happen. So you just don't have to think about it too much. Just buff it onto your face. Check if you have any spots that are still tacky and you need to kind of seal that in with the powder. So I love this a lot. And then for the Perfect Blur finishing powder, I am not sure what to make of it from this application. It's also the first time I've used it all over my face. I'll just have to see how the makeup wears for the rest of the day to see if maybe it keeps your skin more blurred for a longer amount of time. And I wonder if you could even use it to set your makeup if you didn't have loose powder, like if you were traveling or you just didn't bring it with you, because this is a lot easier to bring and use than this. And this is loose powder too, so it kind of gets all over the place. And I wonder if it could do some of that. I recognize that finishing powders are not the same as setting powders. They're not meant to set your makeup in the way that a setting powder does. So yeah, I'm curious. I'll let you guys know when I've gotten a chance to use it more, observe what the makeup looks like throughout the day, and give you guys an update later on. Then we have the gorgeous, gorgeous blush highlighter duo. I've heard so many people say how beautiful this duo is, and it is all that and beyond. It's because of how soft it looks when you apply it on, but still gives you pigmentation, so it's not like you're dabbing your brush in and you're not getting any product. It's not. What you get is a look that's very easy on the eyes. The blush itself has a sheen to it, so it gives you some added lumosity, and how evenly it goes on your skin is incredible. I think this is an incredible product, incredible formulas. The highlighter, these two combined, I'm speechless. They're beautiful. How soft but impactful. It's like everything. And the highlighter stays on. That's incredible. That's incredible. And this is the Real Bronze in the shade Sirena. I think this is beautiful as well. I'm not too used to using a deeper bronzer for contour. And this for me is deeper than what I have normally been using. So I've been trying to just lightly put it on, lightly contour, buff it out so that I don't, I don't have these harsh lines. So I just added some more right now on my finger. Previously I was using this fan brush here, and I wonder if that's maybe a better way to apply it. Just get used to how much pigmentation. Yeah, I think it's beautiful. I think the products are all beautiful. Just melts right into your skin. And well, last but not least, the Lip Chic product here, again in the shade Lupine. You get a nice rosy pink on the lips. I feel like a 3-in-1 product is probably the best way I can describe it. It's hydrating like a balm, pigmented enough to be a lipstick, and glossy like a lip gloss. It's very hydrating, very much feels like a balm. So it's comfortable, and I'll give you guys an update to see how it wears throughout the day in the next couple of hours and what the transfer is like. I also have another Chantecaille lip product that I ordered, and that is actually the Sheer Lip Balm lip product. I'm gonna save that for try on new makeup. We'll try the B blush that we didn't get to use today, see what that looks like. So thank you guys for watching and joining me on trying on all of these new Chantecaille products. New for me, these are obviously not new releases from the brand, and I am so pleased and so happy that I jumped right into it and placed this order, because these products, I've heard so many good things about it and have always wanted to try, and after trying it out, it just, like everything, all the good things people have to say about the brand, their products, I would agree with. And I would be really surprised when I come back to you in an update video if I had some, caveats to say about it. I just can't imagine, because with their Future Skin Gel Foundation, the talc-free loose powder, it's just, there's nothing that I could say that, well, if you didn't do this, it's not gonna perform. No, you just put it on your face like a great product, and it works. It just works. So hopefully that will also be the case for everything else. Again, I would be surprised if it wasn't. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.